kid, I'm in the field doing drills. Boy, you just a sucker, you ain't never keep it real. 3 rings in my hand, I'm a warrior to the max. When I hang it up, they gon' have to give me plaques. Step up in the building and I only bring the facts. When I make a highlight, they gon' replay, run it back. Okay, always locked in, I don't got time to lax. Saying he the best, he could take a lap. Batted 1,000 when you check the stats. Boy, is you ready? You ain't gotta ask. I just really hit the field. 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 Boy, I'm about to hit the field.
And we're back for another episode of the Hitting the Field podcast. It's your host, Jeremy Brener, back for another episode. And we're talking basketball, right?
Basketball.
Thank you. We're not actually talking basketball if Ross Bernstein over here doesn't say it the way he does.
Can I try to sing that song that I still don't know the words to?
Please do.
Basketball. No.
We're playing basketball.
With Hitting the Field.
Absolutely. So Ross Bernstein, great to have you back on the podcast. And we're joined by one of the HTF rookies, Mr. Zack Gervais. Give the listeners a little bit about yourself and how you doing today, Zack?
How's it going? I'm a sophomore at UCF. My second semester here. I transferred from FIU. I'm from Miami, Florida. We're talking basketball. I'm a big Heat fan. Other than that, I joined Hitting the Field because I was looking for a club. The man, Johnny Jackson, went and spoke in front of my class. The GOAT.
The literal GOAT.
The GOAT. Have you ever seen his Crocs that are like...
The new GOAT.
Crocs that are like
there
rainbow
There are
colored?
plenty of GOATs, but Johnny Jackson's the new GOAT.
Yeah, so he was talking. I was instantly... He pulled me in, the GOAT, and came to the meeting, enjoyed it. Came out to the first production of Hitting the Field, the show. Enjoyed it, so now I'm here.
Now you're here. Well, it's good to have you on board, Zack. So today we're going to be talking some basketball, as we've mentioned a couple of times already. But obviously the last couple of days have been dominated by the Kobe news, deservedly so. Not every day does one of the best players of all time, tragically pass away. So, I gave my thoughts on Kobe's death on Hitting the Field's main show on Monday. Go check that out on our YouTube page. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to give the floor to Ross and Zack, two people who were not on that show, to give their thoughts about what happened, what took place. We'll start with Zack, and we'll just how are you feeling now? What does this mean to you? How did you first hear about it? Just talk us through it and your experience with it.
Well, coming out the days after, a few days after, I think the most interesting thing is how people are rushing. He's so important. People are literally rushing to find a way to honor him. You hear every player that wears number 8 is trying to change his number. All over Twitter, it's, they got to rename the Finals MVP award, rename the All-Star MVP award, and it's the need to honor him, I think, is the most interesting thing yet. It just it shows you what he meant to the game, what he meant to a lot of fans of the game. And for me, I was at the Pro Bowl when my friend texted me, said, "Yo, Kobe." And I said, "What'd I miss?" I opened Twitter. First tweet I see, reports, all that. And I'm sitting at my seats at the Pro Bowl, and I'm like, there's no point of watching this game anymore. Like, the world stopped. So that was my experience, and that's how I'm feeling now.
Do you remember a time when the world stopped? Like something similar in your life before that? Or is this something you just can't compare it to?
I mean, other than personal news, I don't think there's anything I've ever been stopped like that for. Which,
I mean, that's a testament to what Kobe meant to the game, what Kobe meant to the community, and it really made you stop. That's a great way of putting it. Ross Bernstein, talk us through it, man.
When I heard the news, it was I was at work, and I'm just doing my normal day-to-day things, just doing what I do, and I just look at my phone and I saw it on like a meme page early It's like, oh, Kobe's been involved in a helicopter accident. I was like, oh, like I just kind of brushed it off. I'm like, all right, that's probably fake. Like, there's no way this is true. There's no way this would ever happen. And then 10, 15 minutes later, it was everywhere. You know, it started really spreading, and I got a text from a friend saying, did you see this? I got a text from another friend saying, did you see this? And like you said, this in my lifetime, for as young as I am, I feel like this is how people felt when Michael Jackson passed away. But I was way too young to understand that. I mean, I was sad, obviously, as a kid. I know how my parents felt when something like that happened. And this is losing an icon. And I texted my boss. I'm like, hey, look, like I'm at work. We're not that busy. Like I really have no mood to talk to people. I have no mood to be here. I have no mood to see anyone. I just want to be by myself. And luckily for me, he let me leave early. I really couldn't do it. It was just a lot to handle at the time. And it still seems surreal. Like, I know he's gone, but I don't feel that he's gone. His presence isn't gone. And all the love that we're getting from all different NBA players and just people telling their stories about how Kobe just impacted them. I've never met the dude who's impacted my life. I've said Kobe every time I've thrown something in a trash can for years. I remember watching a movie, dead silent movie theater. I think we were watching a horror movie, and someone threw something. And I am not joking. Mid-movie, I yelled Kobe, and there was a quick laugh in the audience. I think it was Split. I remember Split. I don't know. She was trying to get out the doorknob, and she threw something, and I was just like, Kobe.
There's nothing like getting a theater laugh.
Yeah,
just the whole theater giggle at you for a second.
Especially when it has nothing to do with the movie.
Nothing to do with the movie. She was just trying to get out of there. But yeah, and it's still it's crazy to me. I wore my Kobe jersey the next day. I wore it that night. I played 2K. And with Kobe, I put the settings to rookie and got up to 110 points. I just wanted to I didn't know how much it would impact me until it happened. I'm not gonna lie to you. Growing up, I was a Kobe fan. Obviously, I loved basketball, but I was a Dwayne Wade fan way before a Kobe fan. And I don't know, it's crazy. I'm glad that obviously the whole world's sad and prayers to the Bryant family and everything. But we're starting to understand that we have to try to live life like Kobe lived life. The Mamba mentality will forever live on, and people are really starting to emulate that since then. And I feel like people are going to change their life because of this, and they're going to really follow the footsteps that Kobe paved.
Yeah, I feel like what we will say has not already been said so many times, and I think that is a statement and a testament to the impact that he had, and I think. It's very, it's just sad. I really don't know what other way to describe it. The mood at the show on Monday was a little bit less, happy than it usually is. And it's not like we were not happy to be there. I mean, we were there because we wanted to put on a good show, but there was something that was just, and it's still there. It's still there. It's going to take a good time to really let it pass. And look, I mean, you think about this year, 2020, the Lakers, it's like the first time the Lakers are in contention for a title, really, since Kobe left. And it's 10 years since he won his last championship later this year. There's just so many years that this can be, 2020 is like, it sounds like, people have been talking about 2020 for years. They're like, oh, in 2020 this is going to happen, or in 2020 that's going to happen. So I feel like this is for the next long. It's going to be a long time that people are going to be mourning Kobe. I think you're going to see it
forever.
I think you're going to see it. Yeah. You're going to see it in the AllStar game in a couple weeks. You're going to see it. You're going to see it Friday night when Lakers play against the Blazers. And Melo's going to be in the building. And that, I can't even imagine what that's going to look like. They play the first game in Staples Center. It's a Clippers home game Thursday. So that should be, and the Lakers haven't played since Saturday night when LeBron passed Kobe on the all-time scoring list. And I mean, look, I'm not going to say that it doesn't really matter what you believe in or whatever, but the fact that it happened the night after LeBron passed Kobe on that list, I feel like you can't make that stuff up. You can't. You can write it. It's almost like it's hard. It's hard to like think that these two moments are like it's a coincidence to me, at least. I don't know.
And you speak of the surrealness of it all.
It's surreal. That's exactly how I would say it. Yeah, it's surreal.
You turn on the broadcast last night. I turned it on. I didn't have a chance to watch the hour-long special beforehand, but I turned it on for the Heat game, and it says on the scoreboard, remembering Kobe, and it's just like, how is that? Why is that there? What is that? You can't even fathom it. It's yet to make sense. I don't think it ever will. It's one of the saddest things that ever happened in sports for sure. And I'm reading Remembering Kobe, and I'm thinking to myself, like, this doesn't make sense. You cannot make sense of it at all.
Yeah. And I think that what people are doing, you know, whether or not he becomes the new logo, and I think it's nice that people want him to be the logo, and I don't think it's right for anybody to say whether this is the right thing to do, whether this is the wrong thing to do, whether people retiring the jersey is right or wrong, because there are some people like Spencer Dinwiddie that are changing their number. I think Quinn Cook changed his number.
Mo Harkless.
Yeah, you don't need to retire jersey formally to.
And Alize Johnson, but like the Alize Johnson on the Pacers, he's keeping 24. And look, you really can't tell someone what is the right way to honor someone, or the wrong way to honor someone, or the right way to grieve, the wrong way to grieve, and everybody's grieving. It's not even just it's not just the NBA. It's not just the Bryant family. It's the NBA. It's the basketball community. It's the basketball fandom. It's all over the world, and not people that even don't watch basketball. People that know Kobe just because they don't live under a rock. I mean,
just look at the Philippines. There's posts on Twitter on. I've seen they're lighting up. They're building statues already. They're painting
in the Philippines.
They love him like a god over there.
Yeah, I mean, look, I mean, look, Kobe's looking down and he's like, man, I did something right to do that. Because man, if when I go upstairs, I hope that the Philippines is making lighten up. I don't think that's going to happen. I would hope so, but I haven't done something like what Kobe's done. When Kobe was my age, Kobe won at least one championship, 2 championships. Maybe. I don't even know. So I'm sure that won't be happening for me. The fact that Kobe was able to get that is very special. And I think what we have done with Hitting the Field, we had people sending videos of what they had, and we had that segment at the beginning of the show. I'm glad that we were able to do him justice on his way out. So I'm happy with that, but Kobe also would be. It's also not my place to say whether or not Kobe would be pissed or not pissed if the games on Sunday weren't played. But the season goes on, life goes on. I mean, but that's exactly what you meant, Ross, about the Mamba mentality will live forever. It's horrible that Kobe died in that horrific accident and all those 9 people. It's horrible, absolutely horrible. And it tells you, you never know if tomorrow's going to happen. So that's something that I think a lot of people have taken away from this. And that life does move on. In a very strange way, life does move on. So we're going to move on now, to what the NBA is going on right now, because believe it or not, the AllStars are being revealed tomorrow. And there's a lot of debate behind it. I know it seems strange talking about anything other than Kobe right now, but the AllStars are getting revealed tomorrow. The starters were revealed last week. Let's just go over the starters for a little bit, just because it's something we know. Were there any surprises to you guys about AllStars, or any things that were there any surprises to you guys about AllStars?
I think Trae Young being a starter was a surprise. Not necessarily mad with it. You want the funnest game possible. Trae Young gives you for the fans, if Trae Young's a starter, it's the most fun. Yeah. So I was surprised by it, but I didn't mind it.
So Trae Young, if Trae Young's not a starter, Zach, who should be a starter if not Trae Young?
If Jimmy Butler was listed as a guard, Jimmy Butler.
But he's not, so list a guard.
Not.
List a guard. I know you think it's Jimmy, but list a guard.
I know
Ben Simmons.
All right. Ben Simmons not a guard either. Is he though?
I think he's listed as one.
Maybe. Okay. So Ben Simmons.
I mean,
all right.
these listings are just completely random.
Yeah. All right, Ross.
I think you know what I'm going to say here, Jeremy.
Who are you going to say? Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose.
Derrick Rose.
I will say.
Listen,
this. You did. Okay, let's go back.
Give me my flowers. Give me the flowers. Hand them to me.
Okay, so
a little bit of flowers.
Before the season began,
yes,
Ross, you said on Hitting the Field in our NBA preview show that
Derrick Rose will be an All-Star this year.
And
Doesn't look like it's going to happen.
it doesn't look like it's going to happen. But not because he hasn't played badly.
No, he's been playing great.
He's been playing
He's
great.
having one of the best seasons in a long time.
So
Since his MVP season.
So I'll give you,
arguably.
I won't give you flowers, so I'll give you a rose. How about
I'll
that?
take a rose.
Yeah.
Look at
Will you accept my
there.
rose?
I'll take it.
All right, all right. Yeah.
Or
No,
Bachelor? I don't know.
I mean, I'm the Bachelor. If I'm giving you the rose and you're accepting it,
I'll take it.
or I'm the Bachelorette and you're the Bachelor.
Whatever you want.
Whatever.
I'll take the rose.
Okay.
Rose given.
All right. The rose.
Yes.
I just got
the
that.
rose to Ross.
Oh my god.
Only on Hitting the Field, ladies and
Ross,
gentlemen.
will you accept this rose?
Yes. Okay, so.
All right, go ahead.
So yeah, I had Derrick Rose being an All-Star for a couple of reasons. My main reason was I almost, not gonna lie, I don't know if I predicted this good of a season. I felt a little pity vote because, as we all know, the All-Star game is in Chicago. It's where he played basketball and grew up. But he's having a great season. I believe he's averaging 18 points per game, shooting a career best, almost 50%. He's having a great season that basically no one expected. I thought he was gonna have a great season, maybe not this great. And I think he was 4th in fan voting for guards. And I would have just loved to have seen him. He was 4th?
He was 4th behind. He was
definitely didn't want
4th
Kyrie.
behind Trae Young, who was
Kemba.
number 1.
Yeah.
Kyrie was number 2 by 350 votes. Kemba Walker's
I
number
think
3.
that's the first fan return. I think Kemba was second.
Oh, that is the first fan
Yeah,
return.
Kemba was second, Kyrie was third, and Derrick Rose was 4th. I'm not doing another Kyrie breakdown. I did that on the last podcast. I'm not the biggest fan. He's missed a lot of games. It is very hard to argue that Derrick Rose should get it over Trae Young. He's definitely not getting it over Kemba. It's very hard to argue over Trae Young, so I'm not going to. But what I am going to do is plead my case to Adam Silver, who is probably listening right now.
He is.
Hey, Adam.
Oh, for sure.
Adam, how you doing? How you doing, Mr. Silver? If you could just slide him in. I know he's not retiring, so he's not going to get the the Dwayne Wade, Dirk Nowitzki treatment. But, man, he's having such a great season, and I promise you, it's in Chicago. Fans would come out in bunches just to see him play, just to see him do anything. So that's the only person I would have liked to have seen. Do I think he deserves it over Trae Young, Kemba Walker? All joking aside, no. I think they made the right decision. Ben Simmons, maybe, even though who knows how much longer Ben Simmons is going to be a 76er, because they're probably going to end up choosing Joel Embiid as their franchise player in the next year or two, but whatever. But overall, I think the starters are pretty nailed. Alex Caruso almost snuck in there at the last second. That would have been great.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Love the fan voting.
Okay.
Love you guys.
But, so, you mentioned this whole, like, now look, Trae Young is going to be an All-Star.
Yes.
What about his teammate,
Collins?
Vince Carter?
I was be like, I don't know if John Collins could do it.
Yeah, so, look, Dwayne Wade, Dirk Nowitzki were All-Stars last year. But what about Vince Carter?
I mean,
Why not?
I know this is
It's a hard question.
I know this is a veer to the left a little bit. But
I see what you mean. He's definitely a legend, but here's the thing. He kind of, this is gonna sound really bad. I'm gonna try to fix it as I say it. He's kind of overstayed his welcome in the NBA. I'm gonna clean it up. I see a lot of faces in the room. Dwayne Wade knew when to retire, and Dirk Nowitzki knew when to retire. Realistically, we know Vince Carter could have retired a year or two ago, and he probably would have got more love. I feel like he's not getting as much love as he deserves. I feel like
because he's played for so long.
Because he's played for so long. I feel if he retired 2-3 years ago at 40, he would have got the love he deserved because he is one of those players that just a generation grew
But isn't
up
this year 20 for him?
year 20?
I think this is year 20, right?
43 years old.
It was in the 99 draft. So, yeah, this is year 20 for him.
I believe he's 43 years old.
Or 21.
It's the age. It's the age.
Okay.
At 40, I feel like after 40, you stop losing your flowers.
What if he played for a team that was a little more higher in the standings?
I feel like it wouldn't get any better. He'd probably be even more lost in the shuffle.
Maybe, yeah.
He's playing for the Hawks. He's like the probably second most known player on that team.
Yeah.
But do I think he deserves an All-Star bid? Why not? Yeah, I mean,
What if
definitely in a dunk contest.
put
Give
him
just
in
one.
the dunk contest?
Let him get dunked over at least. At least let him get a couple just right over him. Something.
Derrick Jones dunking over Vince
Derrick
Carter?
Jones. Hey, that's my prediction.
Hey. Okay, yeah. So I'm glad we got Vince in there. But yeah, so the East starters: Trae Young, Kemba Walker on the guard side, and then on the forward side, where is it? I can't even. I'm pulling it up now. Eastern Conference front court. Yeah, so it's Giannis, Joel Embiid, Pascal Siakam, with Jimmy Butler in fourth.
Pascal has played better than Jimmy. Jimmy's good. Pascal he's taken a superstar leap
Yeah.
It's good to see someone in their first All-Star game starting.
Okay.
Like I said, it's for the fans. People get so hung up on All-Star voting. This is going to be completely different when the season's over and it's all the NBA media to choose that, and they're going to take who's winning games, who's made it further in their respective conference. But like I said, I want to see the most fun game possible. I think Pascal's cool as well.
Mm-hmm. Let's jump over to the West here. Now the West, the starting five: Luka, James, and then you had LeBron, Anthony Davis, Kawhi Leonard. Is that the right five? Are we in agreement with the five?
It's just
Yeah. All right. Cool.
It's not much.
I just wanted to make sure. Sometimes
rarely an argument on starters.
sometimes you never know. But all right. So now let's get to reserves. So let's get this. I want you to name one player that should be a reserve that won't be. And I want you to name one player that, one player that won't be a reserve but should be, and one player that will be a reserve but shouldn't be. We'll start with who will be a reserve but should not be. Zach.
Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum has never been an All-Star before.
Jason Tatum is going to be in the All-Star game this year.
Yeah, I mean Jason Tatum did finish 5th in the voting in front court behind Jimmy Butler. And so he was 2 people away from being a starter. So,
I mean, who do you replace? I mean, Middleton probably deserves it more.
So are you saying that Jason Tatum does not deserve to be an All-Star?
He deserves it. He's on the second place team right now. Probably second best player, if not the best. So yeah, it's hard to say he doesn't deserve it. But the Bucks are doing incredible things. The Bucks are ridiculous. They're beating teams. Giannis doesn't have to play more than 24 minutes a night, whatever it is. And Chris Middleton's a big reason for that. You know, he gives them when Giannis is on the bench, Chris Middleton, they run the offense through Chris Middleton.
So you think that Jason Tatum is going to take what should be Chris Middleton's spot?
If you had to make me choose one like that, I'd say it'd be those two.
Okay. I can agree with that. Yeah. Chris Middleton's been an All-Star before. Jason Tatum's probably a little more interesting just because he could possibly be the best player on his team. Is he better than Kemba?
Tatum?
Is Tatum better than Kemba?
Kemba's a liability on defense. I think the edge goes to Tatum there, to be honest.
Right now, right now, Kemba's
right
the better player.
Right now.
But if you had to invest in one of those players, it's
you
obvious.
Tatum.
It's an obvious pick.
Okay, so Zach said Middleton taking Tatum's spot. Ross, I want to hear your side of the coin. What do you think?
Do
you agree with what Zach said?
No, I think Tatum should be over Middleton. I feel like we put if it's an all-star voting, it's almost definitely based on individual stats, not on team cooperation. Obviously, they're always going to throw that in. So,
but now it's up to the coaches. It's up to the coaches now, right? The reserves.
Is it up to the coaches?
I think it's coaches. Coaches pick
reserves.
Yeah, coaches pick reserves. Yeah, it's going to be a tough one. But what I think will happen is very similar to that argument. Kyle Lowry would probably get in over Bradley Beal. Mm-hmm. Bradley Beal statistically is having a better season, but the Wizards suck.
The Wizards are good on offense.
Yeah, they're not good at winning.
They're not.
Their WL record is not very good.
No,
Bradley Beal's been a bucket his whole career. Defensively, he's okay, but I just think Kyle Lowry. I think the Toronto Raptors really have surprised a lot of people this season. That's why they've gotten so much attention. That's why Pascal probably got this much. Pascal deserves it. Not saying he doesn't.
Pascal, yeah.
I love Pascal, even though I think I said a lot of bad things about him in the preseason, saying he wasn't worth the contract. But now I love Pascal.
I mean, he's worth that contract.
Now he is.
He's apparently a top 10 player in the league right now.
Oh yeah. So I think just based on that, Kyle Lowry would get the nod over Bradley Beal, but I think Bradley Beal deserves it just based on stats, and he's really trying. I can't really give him much more, but statistically he's doing better than Kyle Lowry, but team-wise, obviously not.
All right, now I have Ross. I have this pulled up.
I can see what it is. I got eyes.
Derrick Rose is averaging 18 a game. It's number 1 on the Pistons right now.
Numero uno. Even though Blake Griffin missed.
He's averaging 6 assists a game. That's number 1 on the Pistons right now.
Yes, sir.
18 and 6. Now, just because, look, and we can look at those numbers, and we can say, well, maybe an 18-6 a game. It's very good.
Yeah.
It's not an all-star good.
Nope.
But would a coach put Derrick Rose in that all-star game?
I'm not a coach.
To fulfill your prophecy, is there a chance Derrick Rose gets in this? Do you think? I mean, I know you said earlier, like, okay, put a number on it, 1 to 100 percentage, percentage wise,
that he gets in.
That he gets in.
30.
30.
I think it's
30 is pretty high. That's pretty good. I would take that.
In honor of Kobe, I'm gonna just give 24.
24. Respect. I'll give another nod to Kobe. I'll give 8%. Right there. Yeah. I don't think he gets in. But
I just think he's so respected, and
he is.
It really depends on how the coaches evaluate. We'll never know. I don't plan on being a coach any day. So it depends on if they evaluate purely on how much he's improved the team and how much he's improved as a player, you kind of got to give him a nod.
He's reinvented himself.
But you give it on purely stats and how well the team's doing, there's no argument you can make. It's just pure fandom and the fact that it's in Chicago.
Yeah.
The fact that it's in Chicago.
Is
my one. That was always part of this argument. People tell me you're crazy. I'm like, it's in Chicago. Anything's possible.
So do you think that there might be that clause, that 13th All-Star clause that was similar to what the NBA did with Dirk and Dwayne Wade, that they do it this year with Derrick Rose and Vince Carter?
Here's my thing. If Derrick Rose was retiring, yes. Not even an argument. It's in Chicago.
But it's in Chicago.
It's in Chicago. But he's also not retiring anytime
That's. I mean, you never know that.
Well, here's the thing. Unless you're giving me a farewell tour, you don't deserve the 13th.
Okay.
Like, if you give me the farewell tour, you get it.
But did Dirk have a farewell tour?
We knew. It was an unannounced farewell tour. We knew it was over. We saw. You ever see him try to run up and down the court? We knew it was over. Sorry, Derek.
I have one out west for you.
All right. Give me one out west.
And I'm going to open the floor for this one because I honestly don't have an opinion. Right. Do you think Brandon Ingram's going to make it over Paul George as a reserve?
Ooh, that's a good one. Man, that's the thing about the West. I feel like the West is... someone's going to get snubbed, major snub in the West.
I mean, Paul George...
multiple people are going to get snubbed in the West.
If the Pelicans were the 8th seed, I think it'd be a guarantee. But
could it be like a thing where it's like Paul George gets in, but then he's like, I'm hurt. I don't want to play.
Yeah, I mean,
let me put BI in there.
Well, he's missed the last 10 games.
Yeah.
It's
probably not in his best interest to play in this All-Star game.
Not gonna lie, man. With how the Pelicans are playing great. But let's call a spade a spade. They started off, I believe, 6-22.
Now they're not 6-22.
No, they're not 6-22. Zion.
They're still not.
Sorry. Statistically, Paul George is averaging 23 points, 6 rebounds, 3.7 assists. Mm-hmm. Brandon Ingram is currently averaging 25 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Paul George missed more games. Mm-hmm. Well, they both missed some games. I believe Paul George missed more games.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely missed more games. But it's once again the argument, how much are they valuing winning when going for All-Star? Is it a statistician thing? It's kind of like the MVP, dude. We don't know. An MVP is not going to be on the worst team in the league. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that. Because obviously the Clippers are a much better team than the Pelicans, even though I think the Pelicans could sneak it into the 8th.
Right.
But I would love to see Brandon Ingram get in.
It would be fun. It would be nice.
I feel like it would be the ultimate middle finger to the Lakers.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the Lakers just got rid of these kids and said, well, they probably won't be anything. We don't need them. Everyone is flourishing. It's going to say something about the Lakers organization that basically all the kids that are left are flourishing while Kuzma's having somewhat of a struggling
season. Children are off to college.
Hey. Got to do your own laundry. Got to make your own food.
The Lakers will take the 1 seed any day of the week.
I mean, yeah, 100%.
Anthony Davis was still the right trade. Still the right trade.
Yeah, 100%.
But it definitely put a battery in these dudes' back, saying, "All right, you think you could just get rid of me because you got a generational talent? Yes, but I mean, I'm going to show you that I can." It was a
good deal for the Pelicans.
It was a good deal for every party involved. I think
it's like the Paul George to Oklahoma City trade.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Chris Paul, who probably will be an All-Star.
He will be. I think he'll be one.
Are we sure about that? Are we sure about that?
It's really a toss-up between him and Devin Booker. It's because
okay, so look, Chris Paul finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th.
That's fan voting though.
8th in fan voting. Yes, it is in fan voting. You're right. He got more votes than Steph.
Well, Steph. I mean, I'm not a statistician, but I'm pretty sure Steph.
Imagine me telling you at the beginning of the season that Chris Paul would have more fan votes than Steph would. But anyway,
Chris Paul's gonna make.
Devin Booker finished 6th.
Yeah.
So and
well, people love Chris Paul. That's the difference.
Yeah,
And he's
so
in a bigger,
look.
Well, even though Oklahoma's not a bigger market,
If you
it's more
assume,
known.
okay, so Luka and James are obviously in already. You gotta assume Damian Lillard's a lock.
Lillard's
That's
in.
3. You
Westbrook.
gotta assume Westbrook's a lock.
That's where I don't know.
Westbrook's a lock.
Come on, y'all.
Westbrook's a
Come
lock.
on,
No,
y'all.
I'm rolling with you.
All
I
right,
don't
Westbrook's
know.
a lock.
Who deserves it more, Chris Paul or Westbrook?
Westbrook. Westbrook.
Westbrook.
Westbrook.
How close are they? How close are they in the standings?
Westbrook's better. Westbrook got more votes, and he's higher in the standings than Chris Paul is.
I think if Chris Paul is going to get in, it'd have to be there.
Look, I'm not saying Chris Paul doesn't deserve to be in this All-Star game, but
Oh,
if
no.
you got one spot, and if it comes down to
Russell
Russ
Westbrook's averaging,
and Chris,
26, 8, and 7, I think.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, 26, 8, and 7. Come on.
26, 8, and
on
7.
a really good team, on a better team,
Yeah.
Chris,
with a man that loves to dribble the ball 1,000 times.
yeah, and
Yeah.
Eric Gordon.
can't complain.
Don't talk.
Can't argue.
Don't just try to throw Eric Gordon there as if you're on the same level. Don't do that. At least
Hey.
throw me Clint Capella.
Hey,
No,
how
yeah.
many points did EG drop the other night?
A lot.
50.
Hey.
The man dropped 50. I honestly trade
D'Antoni-
Russ, trade Harden, trade
D'Antoni
Capella.
just cared a little bit.
EG
about
got
defense.
50 on you. Oh my god.
D'Antoni just.
On the Jazz. 50 on the Jazz, the best defensive team in the West.
Oh, Gobert would probably be an all-star too. Speaking of the Jazz.
Now,
Gobert's an
okay, Gobert. Now, this has been a common theme in the All-Star voting for years,
Yeah.
that Gobert has not been to an All-Star game.
No. He's been the best.
He's probably the
defensive player in
best.
the league for 3
he,
years.
he's the Josh Smith of the current day NBA.
The Josh
best,
Smith.
He's the best player to never be in an All-Star game. This year,
You'll get it.
so in the fan voting, he finished number 9
That's behind Paul George, correct?
behind Paul George.
And that's behind Karl Anthony Towns, correct?
No, in front of Karl Anthony
Oh,
Towns.
interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I
I think he deserves it more than
No,
Towns.
actually, no. He finished higher in the voting. Karl Anthony Towns had way more fan votes.
Okay.
I mean, it's hard. You have the number 1 pick, and he's from Kentucky. But
Yeah. Here's the thing.
so six front court spots in the West. Who you got? LeBron's a lock. AD's a lock. Kawhi's a lock. So now you got 3 spots left. Luka's a guard.
Jokic is a lock.
Jokic is a lock. And then, yeah, I guess you could say. I mean, I
gotta
can't.
throw Gobert in there, man.
So what?
Gobert's in.
So
Here's the
you
thing,
think?
he's not a sexy player? He's
So-
not. He
so-
doesn't give me sexy stats.
So
right?
look,
that's why
if
his fan voting's not
Jokic, so if it's Jokic, and then it's Paul George, let's just say it's Paul George, because look, I'd be surprised if Paul George wasn't on the All-Star team,
Gobert.
and then Gobert over Towns.
Yeah.
Is this
Towns
the year
is not
where?
getting the nod.
Well, last year it was Towns that got the nod over Gobert.
Gobert's this.
Gobert's this year.
Gobert's
They're
this
gonna
year.
give it
Gobert's year.
So that means Brandon Ingram's not in.
to him. They could still. They
or
have the
Paul
wild
George.
card, so they could throw.
Oh, is it a 13th wildcard spot?
I believe there's 7 reserves they could pick. So it's what is it?
Three,
two
two-
guards,
yeah, 7.
two
Two
guards,
guards,
three
three
forwards,
forwards, two wild cards.
two wild cards. So Brandon Ingram might get in as that last wild card.
So wait,
The
so
two guards, in my
2
opinion,
guards,
yeah,
2 guards,
3 forwards,
3 forwards,
2 wild cards.
2 wildcards. So
So
that's
the 2 guards that we have to lock in.
my
Lillard-
math is so bad right
It's
now.
okay. That's 7.
2 guards
Three.
is 3.
Okay, we're doing.
2.
We have fingers out, guys.
Okay,
Fingers are
2,
out.
2. Do that again. 2,
2.
3, 2.
Two.
So it's so it's 12.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I'm not a math major.
It's okay.
We got there.
It's all right.
I'm
So
not a
here-
math major
So let's
at all.
lock in the two guards you could almost lock in are Westbrook and Lillard.
Yes.
Throw that to win.
Yes. Yes.
The 3 forwards you could lock in.
And Donovan Mitchell, he's a guard. He'll be in.
He will be in.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm saying just as reserves, as the reserves.
Yeah, Mitchell's a reserve. He's a reserve.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I was. Yeah. Well, so Lillard, Westbrook, Mitchell are 3 locks.
I don't know if Mitchell's a lock.
Nah, second
You
second
could-
seed in there.
I don't know if you.
So
could,
but Westbrook or Mitchell. I think they both make a team.
I think they both make the team. I don't know if lock is a different. I think Westbrook and Lillard are locks.
Okay, so
There's
they're,
no
so let's
argument.
lock them into those 2 guard spots.
Lock them in. Let's lock in 3 forwards. You locking in Jokic. It's not even going to
Yeah, Jokic is for
Paul
sure.
George will get in just because he's Paul George. I feel like you can lock him. And then those last 3 spots, that last forward spot, are we doing Gobert? Are we doing Ingram? It's very hard to decide who gets the last forward spot. Personally, Ingram I feel like will get it because once
I
again,
could see-
sexy offensive player will get it.
Yeah,
over Gobert.
I could totally see that.
And then those last 2 spots, you have so many people you got to fight for. You have Mitchell. You're gonna have Booker. You're gonna have
So Mitchell,
Chris Paul.
are you
gonna
gonna let 2 Utah Jazz players on the same All-Star team?
remember that year they had all those Hawks players? Cal Korver didn't deserve to be an All-Star that
That's
year.
true. That's true. You're right. You're
Love
right.
you, Cal Korver, but
I mean, but they were the number. I mean, yeah. I guess the Utah is number 3 right now. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the West is a lot more stacked. I feel like the East, there's basically only 12 players you care about. And we got those 12 players. Because we're arguing about, at the end of the day, we were arguing about Derrick Rose as a spot. We all know he's not going to be one.
Do we need to move the Pelicans into the East so that Brandon can get in?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll take it.
Or John Morant to the East so he can get in.
Oh, shout out to John Morant.
I mean, if you're telling me Memphis isn't in the East, like geographically,
Technically, if we're talking technically, they are the easternmost Western Conference team.
I'm just saying.
Chicago and Milwaukee are more east than Memphis is. But anyway, I mean, once they get a team in Seattle or Vegas, Memphis is going to the East. Or New Orleans going to the East. I don't care.
That's the kind of talent we need.
Anyway.
To really stir it up.
Yeah.
And that's a conference talk.
All right. So, let's play a game. We're going to draft all-star teams right now.
Oh, my God.
All right? It's going to be Team Ross
Bum-ba-da-da.
and Team Zach.
Just by reserve.
I'm gonna put a number behind my back. It's either 1 or 2. It's a literal coin flip. This is what we'll do. Zach, you're the rookie. I'll let you choose between 1 and 2.
2.
All right, so it is 2. So you get to choose LeBron or Giannis, and whichever you don't choose will go to Ross.
LeBron James.
All right, so he gets LeBron James, which also I guess means you get the first pick because I guess LeBron does have more fan votes than Giannis, or what? Or wait, does?
Yeah, he does.
He does. So LeBron, you get the first pick.
We're picking starters also.
We're picking starters.
whole team,
So yeah,
like
you got to pick starters first. You got to pick starters first, and then we'll pick reserves.
Sounds good.
So I'm gonna go. All right. You got the first pick. Dun, 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 dun.
Anthony Davis.
All right. I would assume that's a given. I'd be imagine being his teammate. Imagine being Anthony Davis and you don't pick Anthony Davis first.
LeBron is going to pick Anthony Davis, as will I. Saying that, I think that they're going to put on a show.
Yeah, I agree. All right, Giannis, aka Ross Bernstein, looks. I mean, the facial recognition is uncanny with you and Giannis.
Going,
right
yeah, I know.
All right, yeah. So go ahead.
I gotta go with a sexy player. I'm going with Luka Doncic. We get the sauce on the board immediately.
That'd be such.
We're having a fun team. I'm making a fun team. I don't care about winning.
It'd
It's
be
the All-Star
such
game.
a great team.
I want people to come out and be
I
like,
really hope
let's
it's.
go,
I really hope it's with
Okay,
Luka.
well,
I really hope it's Luka.
I'll take the win, and I'll go with Kawhi Leonard.
Okay. Keep LA together. I like it. Keeping LA together.
Boring.
All right. So Ross, you picked Luka. Now you pick Luka Doncic.
Oh, I need a little sauce in there. It's gonna be some Trae Young action.
Oh my god.
No, look. Listen, when I tell you, I'm dropping 100,000 points.
I
Trae
love
Young.
that team. I love that team.
Oh.
But does Trae Young really get picked before James Harden?
Hey, listen, James Harden is somehow going to find a way to ball hog it. I want some fans.
No, it's the All-Star game, Ross.
In-
That doesn't happen. Everyone's gonna ball
I
hug.
want Trae Young.
Okay, all right. I do love that pick though. I mean, it's hard to not be mad about that. But okay, so Ross picks Ross as Giannis picks Doncic and Trae Young, and Zach gets LeBron, Anthony Davis, Kawhi, and pick number 4. Who is it gonna be?
In this draft, James Harden is going to go right after Trae Young.
Okay, yeah. I was. if that wasn't your pick right now, I would have fought you right here.
So
Kemba, Pascal.
Kemba, Pascal, and
Joel.
Embiid.
Okay.
You
He's
gotta go Joel.
Yeah,
I'd be
I'm going
like,
Joel
yeah.
Embiid. Let's get some size. The trash talk on this court is going to be great. I got team. I'm basically picking my international.
I
team.
actually
Trae Young,
really love this team that you got right here.
Okay, so yeah, I guess
All right,
whatever
Zach.
straps you don't
So
pick.
you get Pascal or you get
Kemba. Just get Kemba. I need a. I'll be aggressive.
Pascal.
All right. Yeah,
I
I mean,
got the shorts,
yeah. Pascal does make sense. So like, you're starting 5. I guess James is your 1.
All right.
LeBron is your
Wait, you're not gonna. I gotta
2.
pick my last person?
Kawhi's your 3. Pascal's your 4. Anthony Davis your 5. I see it. And then Giannis, you get Kemba. So
My team is short. All right, I'm drafting.
y'all are short.
I got
This is
Trae
a
Young and
short
Kemba.
starting 5. Kemba, Trae, Luka,
that's
Giannis, and Joel. That's a really good team, though.
So we're just gonna go based on All-Star reserve predictions.
Yes, on reserve prediction. So you get to
I'm gonna build my own team.
you get to build. Yeah, so you get to basically choose right now.
I know who I'm picking.
Okay.
I'm gonna get him out the way because I want him. I'm on the off chance, on the 24% to 8% chance. Are we gonna go with the D Rose? Do you want me to be this fictional? We can go more factual if you want. It's up to you, Jeremy.
I think let's start with our locks.
Let's start with locks.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Based on locks.
Based on locks.
This is hard.
So guys, like,
I'm gonna go with Lillard.
I mean, for a team that needs size, you really don't got no size.
All right.
But Lillard's a pick. Lillard's probably the best player outside of this top 10. So
Yes.
Lillard's your pick. It's a good pick.
I'm a guy that likes grit and having a little dog in you.
Damn it.
So I'm going to get a Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, that was my next
Jimmy
pick.
Butler.
It was really between Jimmy and Dame.
All right,
It was hard.
That's a good pick. Jimmy Butler. I mean, this is tough. I'm looking at this lineup and I'm like picturing it in my head, and it's just like, man,
All right,
one team is so much shorter than the other. So.
All right, let's go Jokic. Let me get Jokic.
Okay, all right,
Assuming
finally.
he's a lock.
All right.
I got a little center. Look at my pizzazz. Wait, name my team. Sorry, let me rattle them off.
All right, Ross, what is your team?
I can't see.
I thought you wanted to. So your team is Giannis,
Oh my God,
Luka Doncic,
who's gonna stop this?
Trae Young,
Sauce.
Joel Embiid,
The 4 first-team
Oh
all-defenders
Kemba
on my team.
Walker,
Kemba. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. You were the last pick, but we'll take you.
and then you got Lillard and Jokic.
Oh my
Off the bench.
God.
That's pretty good.
Oh,
I like
my
that team.
God.
And then Zach has LeBron, Anthony Davis, Kawhi,
Whack.
James Harden,
Ooh.
Pascal Siakam,
He
Jimmy
wonders
Butler, and your next pick.
who could possibly stop his team. I have like 4 All-NBA defenders on my team, so
That's true.
I think we'll be
The
okay.
All-Star
Who's
game.
your next pick? Who's your next pick? Pick number 7.
I'm gonna go Paul George because
Paul George.
he's in the game.
Okay. All right. PG. All right. So Ross, back to you.
I'm gonna really get you on this one. I'm going Ben Simmons. I got a
Ben
guard
Simmons.
that's
Good
7
pick.
feet tall.
It's a good
I'm keeping
pick.
my height.
That is a good pick.
Good pick.
Look at the sauce.
Excellent pick.
I am dripping.
It's a team drip.
Yes.
Team drip. All right.
We're gonna take some shooting here.
Yeah.
I believe,
You probably need it. Yeah.
and we're gonna go Devin Booker.
Okay. All
Why
right. All
I
right.
was so ready to say that.
So Devin Booker.
Oh my God, I got my pick.
Is Devin Booker an All-Star? Is Devin Booker going to make the All-Star team this year? Because I think he does.
I think he does.
The fact that the Suns are better this
We're
year.
basically out of locks except for Russell Westbrook, who hasn't been drafted. So besides Russell Westbrook, we're really just speculating.
Yeah. So
There's
are
so
you?
many players.
So are you picking Russell Westbrook here?
No. Oh man. Take a Donovan Mitchell.
Okay. I think Donovan Mitchell makes the
I
team.
think Donovan Mitchell makes the team.
Yeah. All right.
D
So
Rose is gonna be
Donovan
my
Mitchell
coach.
is number 8. And Derrick
D Rose
Rose
is my coach and assistant.
All right. So Zach, your next pick, you have LeBron, AD, Kawhi, James Harden, Pascal Siakam, Jimmy Butler, Paul George, Devin Booker. What's your next pick?
I'm gonna need another guard, so I'm gonna go.
I'm standing up. I can't see.
No, I'm gonna go Russ. He tries hard in
All right,
All-Star
Russ.
games.
All right. So let's look at this. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it for the West.
Yeah.
That's it for the West. So that means.
yeah.
So that means
Gobert didn't make it.
no Gobert,
No Ingram.
no Ingram,
Well,
no
'cause-
Karl Anthony Towns.
I don't even wait. What's backtrack? 'Cause we might. I'm not gonna lie. We might have botched this.
It's
We might have
5.
too
No,
many
it's
guards.
5 plus 7. So it's
No.
Oh, you know what we
We
did?
have too many guards.
Too many guards.
who's?
So that means Russ doesn't make it.
Yes, I'm telling you, Russ isn't making.
All right.
Okay,
Jeez,
that's okay.
We'll fight after the show.
We need to
Anyway,
write things on paper.
yeah.
This is okay.
I mean,
guys.
I got it right.
We
We're typing it out,
It's
but
okay when you think of
All right.
someone who could run the fast break. My first thought is Bam Adebayo. So we're just gonna replace Russ with Bam Adebayo and be a perfect.
no, wait, hold up.
Yo, get a piece of paper.
Wait, no. We got PG, and we got
Wait.
Jokic.
I'm putting on a piece of paper.
All right,
Okay. PG.
PG,
Jokic.
Jokic.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
It's 2 front courts. I'll go play by play here.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah.
5. No, you can pick Russ.
I'll pick Russ then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Russ.
Paul George and Jokic are your 2 front court.
Yeah.
Oh, doesn't that have to be 3 front court?
Yeah.
Okay,
front
yeah.
court.
So then never mind. You can't pick Russ.
Okay. No. Bam Adebayo.
All right, bam.
Okay. So Russ is not here.
All right.
Let me do my quick math.
So
I'm working
Bam
on-
Adebayo. Now, Bam Adebayo is an All-Star, right?
100%.
100%. Are we good with this? I know
100%.
Ross is good with this, but
I'm staring. To the audience, I'm staring.
yeah, that stare said it all. So Bam Adebayo is an All-Star. Okay, so let's recap the teams right now. So we have Ross has
This is confusing.
Ross has Giannis, Giannis, Luka, Trey, Joel Embiid, Kemba Walker.
Okay.
And your reserves are Lillard, Jokic, Simmons, Mitchell.
So
then, Zach, you have LeBron, AD, Kawhi, James Harden, Pascal Siakam, with Jimmy Butler, Paul George, Devin Booker, Bam Adebayo.
yeah.
Now
I got it.
we have 3 people. So the only people left, I think, that can be picked are Eastern Conference players, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
Oh, wait, let me see what you got.
So
It's probably going to end up being Domantas Sabonis as the forward, Lowry as the guard. That's left.
Sabonis, Lowry,
Tatum as the other wild card that's left, and
Wait, what 7 Western Conference players do we have? We have PG, Jokic, Donovan.
PG, Booker,
Okay.
Lillard,
Yeah.
Jokic,
Yeah.
Mitchell.
Yeah. That's 5. We have 2 more spots. Dude.
that's Gobert.
Again, can't do math.
Gobert would be one of those.
Okay. So here's what we got. I will.
It's
get
been
this
a long
right.
day already.
I will get this right. Here
All
we
right.
go.
Okay.
We have 2 guards and 3 forwards.
Two
correct?
guards,
So
3 forwards.
Right now we have 2 forwards. Done.
Yes,
2
yes.
forwards done.
2
we have
forwards
1 forward
done.
left. Put your finger down. We have 1 forward left. We filled those 2 guards, and technically one of those guards is now bonus spot.
Okay,
Okay.
go ahead.
So what we could do is we have 1 more forward spot and 1 more bonus spot.
That sounds fine with me.
Boom. So Russell is still available, and I have tricked you, and I have Russell Westbrook.
Take him.
Wow.
Take him.
Scandalous.
And now we have 1 forward spot left in the West.
So this is my last
Okay.
pick.
All right.
Okay.
So
Wait. I'm gonna get this
I'm
right.
writing down. I'm writing this down. All right. So East forward.
Okay. And then what Eastern Conference players have we selected as reserves? As
Ben
reserves
Simmons, Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo.
only. Perfect. Butler is considered a forward, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we have 2 forwards selected and 1 guard. So we could pick 2 more, 1 more forward, 1 more guard, and then 2 wild cards.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's probably it.
So I would like to continue our draft.
All right. Let's continue the draft.
Okay.
Keep going.
Whose turn is it?
All right.
I drafted Russ.
You drafted Russ. So now it is Zach's pick.
So you have a forward from the East, a wild card from the East.
Got
Forward
it.
from the East, wild card from the East,
I got you guys. So it's gonna
and a
there's
guard from the East.
there's basically 4
2
more,
guards from the East.
4
still
more
need to be
picks
decided.
left. I'm gonna get Bradley Beal
Okay.
from the Washington Wizards.
All right. And he's listed as an East guard right now.
Eastern Conference guard.
Yes.
We have 1 more forward.
Yes. The last forward remaining is Domantas Sabonis.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait.
All right. Now there's 2 picks left for
All
each
right,
team.
I'm gonna take Tatum because I think he'll make it as one of those extra players. Well, he's technically a forward, so he takes that last forward spot.
Okay.
Sabonis is gonna be an all-star. I just don't want him on my team.
All right. So Zach,
So we have 2 all-stars,
you
2
need
wild cards on the East.
I got Lowry here.
so Lowry over
Sabonis.
Sabonis.
Ross gonna get Sabonis.
I'm gonna avoid him 1 more pick. And then technically, still have 1 more pick I'm allowed to get in the
Yeah.
West.
Okay, go ahead.
It could be anyone.
It probably could be Gobert. I think is your last chance.
Wait,
Once
can
again-
you get Gobert though?
Yes.
He'd be the last one left. Gobert's the last person
No,
left
no,
in
no,
the
no.
West.
Okay,
Or
yeah.
Ingram.
Oh, or Ingram.
Or
That's
Ingram.
correct.
So this is
Oh,
it.
nah.
Gobert or Ingram.
I'm not gonna lie. What did I
You're
say?
gonna go Ingram.
Like, I think I went on a whole 10-minute discussion about how Gobert deserves it.
It does. It should be Gobert.
Oh God, because I don't want to be a hypocrite. You know what? Let's take the defense. Give me Gobert. Give me Gobert.
Respect.
Okay, so you got Sabonis.
All right.
You take
So, yeah,
Sabonis.
Sabonis.
You take Sabonis.
You got Kemba Walker. I'll take Domantas Sabonis off your hands.
Thank
All
you.
right. Okay. So I think we finally figured this out.
If not,
If
who
not,
cares?
then yeah.
We had fun.
Okay.
You guys have fun. Now?
I got it. I got it now. Okay. So Ross, your last pick was Gobert.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I've been typing this out. Apologies for the tomfoolery that I have brought to the show today, but
Okay. Math is not our strong
math
suit.
is not our strong suit, clearly. All right, so Team Zach, a.k.a. Team LeBron, is LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Kawhi Leonard,
My team's ridiculous.
James Harden,
It's not fun.
Pascal Siakam,
Like, what do I want Pascal Siakam to do? Make smart plays? This is an all-star game. I cannot wait to get to my team.
Jimmy Butler, Paul George,
Oh, my God.
Devin Booker,
The snooze fest team.
Bam Adebayo,
You might win.
If I can convince any of my players to like really try, this is going to be like a
Brad Beal.
112 to 40.
Yeah. Yeah. Kyle Lowry, DeMontis Sabonis.
Did you hear the crickets?
This might not be the fun team. This might be the better team.
I don't know if I can argue that there's a better team. Let's get
Okay,
to something
then
fun.
Ross, you have Giannis.
Wait, can I introduce my players?
You
Can
may.
you
You
tilt
may.
the computer to me
You
a little
may.
bit?
You may. Is that enough for you?
Yeah, he's known to the people as the Greek freak. It is Giannis Antetokounmpo. Coming in from the Mavericks, the offensive stalwart he is, Mr. Fancy Passes and Fancy Pants himself, Luka the Donkey Doncic.
I immediately regret this.
Yeah, what is happening?
Coming in from Hotlanta, the sensation out of Oklahoma.
What?
Didn't he play for Oklahoma?
He did.
Okay.
Why'd you say it like that?
Don't question me.
Oh my
Oklahoma. Trae Young, ladies and gentlemen.
I can't anymore.
Straight out of
This is
Cameroon,
ridiculous.
the leaning tower of Cameroon himself. It is Joel Embiid.
All right, let's do the reserves.
Since when have you done?
A little faster.
Go ahead.
Kemba Walker. Damian Lillard, Mr. Bye OKC himself, Jokic, the gummy bear as people call him. Or
What?
I heard on one meme account because he kind of is built like a gummy bear.
He kind of is. No, you think about it.
Mr. Is this the 3-point line? Simmons coming in. Donovan can't miss Mitchell. Russell Westbrook.
Shut up, man.
Jason Tatum.
Oh my God, Jason Tatum, the man, the myth, the legend.
The man.
And then the
first.
Stifle Tower himself,
His first.
Rudy Gobert.
All right, I'm glad you got to live out your dream. of being
All
a
right,
PA.
guys, that's it for me.
Yeah, that's it. That's it from Ross. That's it from Zach, and that's it from me as well. So, again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Hitting the Field podcast. Despite its buffoonery, tomfoolery,
Lack of math.
and lack of math, but we'll be back on the show next week to talk some more hoops. Trade deadline is coming up a week from tomorrow, Thursday. So
Free Kevin
we're
Love.
eight days.
I have one trade while we're here.
All right, yeah. Throw one trade down.
One trade.
One trade scenario down.
The Bucks need to trade for Chris Paul. Get him
That
a
will
ring.
never happen.
Get him a ring.
Derrick Rose will be an all-star starter.
So who do they have to trade? Who do they have to trade?
Let's see. They could trade. They have a few young players. They have Dante DiVincenzo, who's been playing good. That's intriguing.
But the money, honey.
The money.
The money, honey.
They'd probably have to give up one of.
They have to give it Middleton. They have to.
Okay, never mind then. If they could do it within the
Bledsoe. Bledsoe has to go too.
There's too many good players.
If they could do it within reasonable parameters, maybe Bledsoe, and
It's going to take more than Bledsoe.
DiVincenzo
That
and
contract's
a pick.
ridiculous. No, that's not happening.
Okay, well,
sorry,
next
Zach.
week I'll use the
Next
ESPN
week.
trade machine and
Yeah.
I'll make the money work.
Okay.
I got you.
Yeah, well, the math is not very
Still,
strong too.
free Kevin Love.
Free
I
Kevin
did
Love.
see a scenario today. I'm not going to say I can remember the scenario that he gets traded to the Mavericks. I believe it was for Finney Smith, Curry, another player that I cannot remember.
I don't
and a
hate that
first-round
idea.
pick,
I don't hate that.
and a future round pick.
I don't hate that.
Free Kevin Love. Get him out of Cleveland.
although that team would
He
be-
hates his life.
That team would be even more white than it is now. So
Listen, we have shooters.
Yeah.
We got the shooters
That's true.
on deck. And Kristaps Porzingis cannot rebound. So we need someone tough in there or go for Andre Drummond.
yeah,
I'm rooting for the Mavericks because I love you, Luka Doncic.
yeah. So we will be talking a lot more basketball now. Now that the Super Bowl is coming and going, basketball season is taking full swing. We'll be talking a lot more basketball here on the show and on the podcast. So Ross and Zach, thank you guys for coming in today. Definitely a fun combo this ended up being. So we'll definitely try to do this again in the future. But yes, you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Hitting the Field, and be sure to catch all of the episodes of the Hitting the Field podcast on our YouTube channel and on Apple Podcasts. We are also starting in about a couple of hours the new Hitting the Field podcast to add on to our Hitting the Podcast network, Hitting the Field podcast network. It's called Hitting the Crew, and it's where we get to go one-on-one, dive deep into who is behind the scenes at Hitting the Field, how does Hitting the Field run, and get to know the crew a little bit better. So I'll be on with Mr. Johnny Jackson, the young goat himself,
Action Jackson.
Action Johnny Jackson, and we'll be talking a little bit more just about life, man. That's all I can really say. I know that when Jeremy Taché figures out that we're doing this, he'll be proud. Love that kid.
Love you, Jeremy Taché.
Now that's the real goat.
Love you, Jeremy.
That's the real goat.
Say hi.
He's
to your
on,
parents. I love you.
and he's on Radio Row this week covering the Super Bowl. So, props to that guy right there.
The pinnacle.
The pinnacle. Yeah, absolutely. So again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll be back for more episodes of Hitting the Field Podcast. My Day Ad was just uploaded earlier today, so be sure to check that out on the YouTube channel. And we'll be back Monday for another episode of Hitting the Field. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Really hit the field, undefeated champs, man, you know what's the deal. Tryna find a kid, I'm in the field doing drills. Boy, you just a sucker, you ain't never keep it real. 3 rings in my hand, I'm a warrior to the max. When I hang it up, they gon' have to give me plaques. Step up in the building and I only bring the facts. When I make a highlight, they gon' replay, run it back. Okay, always locked in, now I don't got time to lax. Saying he the best, he could take a lap.